Charged up
My
group.
page. Yeah, it should be live now. Let's see. Hello, everybody. Well, good evening.
It definitely is evening. Definitely. Definitely Wednesday nights. It's just not as cold as where I'm at. Y'all got the tundra.
Listen, we got it all over here. All right, so we should be live. I'm gonna see if I can probably show when people join. I know it's kind of late, but
We live. We live.
okay, yeah, there we go. Hello, everybody. Well, good evening. All right, so good evening, everyone. As you know, this is Charged Up Women's Group. As I mentioned before, I want to be able to provide you with resources. And so tonight we decided to go live. I brought my special guest, Toya Miller.
Hello, hello. So excited to be here.
I'm going to have her to introduce herself, and then she's going to tell us a little bit. She's going to talk about some money.
Ah, I know. Who does not want to talk about money? Thank you so much, Sabrina. I call her Bree. Very, very good friend of mine, amazing young lady. Bree, I just love you so much. When there's always some good news to share, you're definitely, not afraid or not hesitant, I should say, to share information to the masses. And so that's one of the many, 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 things that I love about you. But yes, thank you so much for having me as a guest tonight. What better time to talk about money, right? What better time to talk about saving some money, like Bree mentioned. You know, this information that we're going to share with you tonight, we're not going to be long, but it is essential, right? It's not only is it essential, but it is needed, to create action, right? We're on here tonight to share and give you the information, and then after tonight, we hope that you take something from it, but most importantly, we hope that you implement it, right? Implement it into the goals and the dreams that you are personally looking to accomplish. Because I know everybody did they vision board already. And Brie, I can probably almost guarantee you that everybody has some form of accumulating some type of monetary goal, whether it's to purchase a home, whether it's to save more, whether it's to purchase a new car. I am almost sure that everyone has some sort of financial goal to accomplish, right? But what's more important than speaking and manifesting the goal is to putting the action and the tools and the knowledge behind what you're going to need to truly make that happen.
Yes.
And so tonight, that's what we want to share with you. So Bree, what are we talking about tonight? Why now do you think it's such, before we get started and drop this knowledge, why do you think now is a good time to, share with your charge group, amazing group of women that's ambitious and goal oriented and focused, and why did you want to share with this particular group?
I think it's so important for us to learn and know about financial literacy. And for me, I think everybody should know about it and learn about it. But specifically for this particular group, I want to be able to share with them information about finances that they can implement into their daily lives. So we know right now we're going through a pandemic, and many people are losing their jobs. Many people are they're lacking on the finances. They don't have the money for different things, and so we want to be able to show you the three rules of money, so that you can get information about, how money works. What are some good investment options? What are some good ways to save money? What are some good ways to grow your money? Because a lot of things that I see um, arises from poverty, like having that poverty mindset.
Mm,
And so we want to be able to shift that to where you're being knowledgeable about finances, you're being knowledgeable about how to spend your money, how to save your money, what
yeah,
strategies to put your money into. And so that's what I want to bring to Charged Up. I want to bring all of the information about, again,
yeah,
3 rules of money, 401k, life insurance, annuities, retirement planning, college planning. So it's so
everything, everything.
much everything. But I think I was supposed to do this a long time ago, like start going live and getting the information. But it's been like a busy time, but it's what better time than now?
Yeah, yeah. They say it's no better time like the present. And so, I am excited to share with you. Like Bree said. So, Bree, I want to deep dive into, why we're here. But before we get into that, I want you guys to ask your questions in your head, right? Start to think through, where are you financially? Have you talked about saving this year? What would you like your retirement to look like? How much money do you need in retirement? For all the parents out there, have you thought about saving for college? Have you thought about starting a emergency fund or a nest egg and those financial goals? And if you are saving, do you feel that that is adequate enough? And where are you saving? So as we're sharing this information, right? I know we can't see you and we can't hear you, right? But as we share this information, we want you to just start asking those questions to yourself. Because right after this, if there is an opportunity for us to, extend the conversation, definitely feel free to reach out to Bree, right? So that we can, you know, rip off another layer. I love talking about building a strong financial foundation, because it's about layers, right? How do you build a house? You start with the foundation, and the foundation of every successful plan or goal or strategy starts with the foundation of proper education. So, ladies, what are we here to learn tonight? We are here to learn three simple rules. I love our company, World Financial Group. And one thing I love about our company is that our mission, I'm sorry, guys, the joy of working from home. Y'all see my little baby? He wants to tell y'all about compounding interest. Come here, Deuce. Come here, Deuce. You guys, he's like a big old baby. Come here, Deuce. He's so cute. Um, but no, so I want to deep dive into why we're on here tonight. So, ladies, there are truly only three rules that you need when it comes to really building wealth and knowing exactly what to do in that regard. And we teach three simple rules. A lot of times, the idea of saving or the idea of mindset, because let's be honest, in life, we're just so consumed with, living expenses and, taxes and debt, that a lot of times we don't even see ourselves as having any extra money to save, right? So when we do start that discipline and then we do start that habit, we want to make it as simple as we can, but not only simple, but how is the most impactful way to make that happen. So you see, I told you he wants to talk about here, Toby. We're on live. Toby wants to make his debut. Toby's about to get a whooping. Toby, what the joys of working from home. Toby wants to be like, did you say hi, Toby? Did you say hi? Okay. All right. Okay, guys. Come on. He wants to be in our live. All right, ladies. So the first rule that we teach of truly understanding how to get your money to work for you is something called compounding interest, right? And truly what that means is just as hard as you get up and go to work, right? Whether you are an employee or whether you are a person who is self-employed, right? Who has their own business, the same way that you get up and go to work hard for your money should be working hard for you. How do we get our money to do just that? How do we get it to work? And that's truly implementing and understanding a rule called compounding interest. Now, compounding interest is considered to be one of the most important discoveries in finance. And it just simply shows you how do we calculate a very simple formula when it comes to how many times can we get our money to double. Now, the way that we understand compounding interest is that we implement a rule called the rule of 72. Now, what the rule of 72 says, if you take the number 72 and you divide it by the rate of return, it's going to equal how many years it takes for your money to double. So let's take an example. Let's say we have $10,000. Now, $10,000 at an interest rate of earning 4%. 72 divided by 4 is 18. So that means that $10,000 that we starting out, ladies, is now going to double every 18 years. So today we have $10,000, in 18 years it doubles to 20, then it doubles to $40,000. I don't know about you guys, but $40,000 is not much. Now let's say we go and we find an investment that's going to give us an 8% rate of return. Now, 72 divided by 8 is now 9. So our money is doubling every 9 years. So that same $10,000 that we started out with has now doubled and grew all the way to $160,000. But this is what's so amazing or magical about compounding interest. What is the driving factor or difference in these first two examples? Is the interest rate. If I have $10,000 and I receive 4% rate of return on my money, I'm only going to grow up to $40,000. But if I have the same $10,000 and it's giving me an 8% return on my money, then it's going to grow to $160,000. So the main catalyst or driving force behind getting your money to grow for you, it's simple. It's just a simple rate of return. The higher my rate of return on my money, the more times I get my money to double for me. Now, the third example says I have an investment that's going to give me an even higher interest rate of 12%. Now my money's not doubling every 18 years. It's not doubling it every 9 years. It is now doubling even faster at 6%. I'm sorry, at every 6 years. But this is what is so amazing about compounding interest. You know, they say whoever understands compounding interest will always earn it. But whoever doesn't understand compound interest will always pay it. And that's just evident in how we are able to control and know exactly when our money's going to double. So compounding interest works for you when you get it to work for you. But guess what, guys? It can always work against you too. So I love understanding truly how to use and understand compounding interest so that it affects your money in a way that it doubles faster for you. And this is the crazy thing, guys. The banks have always utilized compounding interest because banks will give us 1% or even lower on our money, right? But then they will lend it back out to us in a form of a loan, a car loan, a home loan, credit cards at a higher interest rate. So we teach you what the banks use to get their money to grow for you, right? So that's the first rule, is compounding interest. Second rule that one must implement and understand is that our money is taxed in three different ways. It's taxed in a tax now bucket, it's taxed in a tax later bucket, and then it's taxed in a tax advantage bucket. And those three buckets of money have different tax effects on your money. The first bucket is all of our checking accounts, all of our savings accounts. Those are our tax now accounts, which means that money is taxed every step of the way, ladies. It's taxed when we put money in, it's taxed when the money grows, and it's also taxed when we're ready to take that money out. Now, there's a second place where money falls as far as taxes, and that's in the tax later bucket. Those are your retirement accounts, your 401ks. And what that says, or that tax later bucket says, is that you are not taxed on the input. The money is not taxed on the growth, but the money is certainly taxed when it's time to be paid out through distribution to you in retirement. But this is the twist to tax later accounts. Taxes, all forms of taxes, we know they're going to go up. But this is the thing. We just don't know how much they're going to go up to, but we know for certain that they're going to be more than they are today. So why would we only solely keep our retirement income in a strategy where we know that we're going to pay taxes? We just don't know how much they're going to be. So then that poses a question where if I keep my money in the bank, I'm going to get taxed. If I keep my money in a traditional 401k, I'm also going to get taxed. Well, Toya, where can I position myself as far as taxation standpoint where I can avoid the taxes or benefit from taxation or the advantages of taxes? That brings us to the tax advantage bucket. Ladies, there is a bucket of money, right? Where you can position yourself, or not even money, but a strategy, I should say, or ways where you're not affected by taxes. Accounts like that are Roth IRAs, long-term care benefit, right? Long-term care is just simply in the event of heart attack, cancer, or stroke. You have your assets, you have a strategy to protect your assets so that you don't have to spend them down. You have cash value life insurance, which is one of the most effective and safest ways, I should say, to build wealth because of the cash value inside of it, right? It is, I like to call it a multi-life savings plan, right? Just also just some insight, guys. Life insurance is not taxed, so the money that grows inside of it is not taxed either. So there's a lot of loopholes that our community and our people aren't taught, right? That's why I love the education that we teach to families because yes, we have a business. I have a business in the financial industry, and I can definitely provide strategies. But before I situate my clients or family members, friends, loved ones in any strategy, I always educate first. So I love the fact that we teach the importance of getting your money to grow. What do I do with that? I love the fact that we teach that there are other places where, even as in the middle class, right, everyday families, that we can benefit from what the rich and wealthy do when it comes to taxation of their money. Right, pretty simple. So the third final rule that we teach also, or that you must understand, is how does your money grow? So there's truly three places where your money grow. Your money grows in the bank, your money grows in an investment company, and then your money grows, believe it or not, in an insurance company. So in the fixed investment option, those are like your bank accounts, right? That's money that says, you know what? I am going to grow at a fixed rate. So if I am getting a return on my investment, like previously 4%, it's going to be 4% this year, it's going to be 4% next year, and it's going to be 4% the year after that. So yeah, my money in the bank is safe, right? When I open up my app, my money's there, but it doesn't grow. Now, there's a second investment option, right? Is the market. That means that your money, what, it grows, but it offers no safety. When the market is up, so is your money, but when the market is down, right, so is your money as well. So there's great risk when it comes to not having safety on your investments. And this is what's so mind-blowing. The retirement accounts that we hold with our employers, with our jobs, how do you think they're invested? They're invested in a unsafe type of growth strategy. So imagine, God forbid another pandemic happens, or the real estate crash of 2008, God forbid any of those type of activities happen in the market. Do we really truly have enough time to make up 40, $50,000 of loss in our 401ks? A lot of us don't have that much time, right? And so that brings you to the idea or the interest of, what are other strategies where I can not only benefit from the safety of the bank, but I can also benefit from the growth of the market? And that's what's called an index strategy, right? When I first was introduced to the index strategy, I can be honest, y'all, I was kind of taken aback because I'm like, you mean to tell me I have never, ever in my life, or anyone around me has ever introduced me to a strategy where not only can I benefit from the safety of my investments, right? The safety of my savings, but I also can get the benefit of the growth of the market. So the index strategy says when the market is good, so does your money, right? So does your growth, so does your compounding, so does the return on your investment, so does your money doubling. But when the market goes down, right, you see this little key right here, you never lose money. So there's guarantees. a lot of times we are disciplining and sometimes making a stretch to do what? Pay ourselves first, put some away for a rainy day. So if we are disciplining ourselves and sometimes making the sacrifice to do that, then a lot of us would agree that that same money that we're saving for, right? Why would we ever want it to ever not be saved? So that's just a snapshot into what we do. I know Sabrina was really, really excited to share this information and the knowledge, but three rules, ladies, take away. So ask yourself as you look at compounding interest, do you currently have accounts that are earning this type of interest? And if not, definitely this platform is open to any individual who wants to receive further education. If you see yourself and you're like, wow, Toya, all of my accounts are in the tax now. My retirement is in the tax later, but this tax advantage bucket, right, it needs some love, right? It needs some attention. And then thirdly, are you in strategies where not only can you benefit from the growth of the market, but never ever experience losses to the market? So ladies, take away that information, implement it, digest it. And yeah, and success to a wonderful financial 2022. So thank you, Bree.
Yes, thank you so much. So again, we won't be long. We wasn't long. So you can go back, catch the replay. Put any questions that you have. We're going to be coming on more and provide
Yes,
you with more information about financial literacy. Everything is free information.
yes,
When you come on, grab a notebook, take some notes, look at your finances, see what you have questions about. Again, drop them in the chat, drop them in the inbox. Toya, we're here. We are
yes.
here. So
And it's so simple, Bree.
I
It's
know,
so
right?
it's so simple. I love the education that we teach our families. It's not hard to understand. It's very simple to implement, and it really truly is the recipe to build a strong financial, future for yourself. So I'm pumped.
Yes.
Definitely pumped. So
So we will be back. But thank
yes.
you for joining us again. Catch the replay, and if you have any questions, please drop them on the comments, and then I'll be sure to go back and look at them, and then we'll be coming with more information. If you have something that you want to learn about, drop it in the comments, and we'll bring that information to you. But again, we thank you, and you all have
Yes.
a great night. Thank you,
All
Toya.
right. You guys have an amazing night. Bye.
Bye.